Hey, wrestling fans, what's up? Welcome to the show. This is Jman, and I'm here to present to you the wrestling news, everything related to wrestling, TNA, WWE, what's been going on. Let's get right to it. So here we go. Some of this news is from today. Some of it is from days prior. And this piece is from January 12th, 2010. It says, Russo talks TNA's ring, separate brands in TNA, wanting Randy Orton, and more. So let's get right to it. TNA's Vince Russo held a Q&A with fans on his Facebook over the weekend. Oh boy, here we go. Here are some of the more interesting questions and answers. Will Sean Waltman and Scott Hall continue to feature on Impact in the upcoming weeks and months? If yes, then how prominent will their roles be? Or has not much been planned for them at the moment? That all depends on Scott and Sean. Okay, so what I gather from that is that Scott Hall and Sean Waltman are unpredictable. They're loose cannons. They're on the bandwagon. They're off the bandwagon. You can never really rely on them too much because of their past history with, who knows, drinking, drugs, gambling, whatever, getting in trouble with the law, all kinds of stuff. But I think TNA is hopeful that they'll be able to stick around and they'll be able to get the best from those guys for quite some time. I mean, they have a big impact on the viewership, and they carry a lot of fans with them. It's very nostalgic, like I've said before. But it all depends on, Hall and Waltman, if they can stick around and keep their behavior under control, which is very questionable. Will they be able to do that? Who knows? But it would be great for business if they could keep their act together. So I'm going to cross my fingers, and because I want to see these guys on camera. Not necessarily in the ring that much, but definitely on camera. They bring a lot to the table. So, yeah, we'll see. And Scott Hall has been complaining about aches and pains. And, so they're going to be heavily relying on Sean Waltman to take all of the hits and the bumps that anything thrown at the NWO's way. Like all the hits that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash won't be able to take. Well, especially Scott Hall. But Sean Waltman, that might get him a little fired up. We'll see. We'll see. It should be interesting. Next question. Vince, if there was 5 guys from WWE, ROH, or any company, major or indie, any guys you could get, Hulk, Dixie, to bring into TNA, who would they be? All right, here we go. Before I even look to see who he's going to say, I'm going to predict that he says Rob Van Dam, Goldberg, Jericho, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Triple H. All right. He says, never saw a Ring of Honor show. I don't know their talent. Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that. And he says Randy Orton, Randy Orton, Randy Orton, Randy Orton, and Randy Orton. Wow. Huh. How about that? So I guess Vince Russo is kind of big on Randy Orton. I wonder why. Yeah. I mean, that's probably just Vince not wanting to divulge names, not wanting to promote the competition. Or it could just be a slap in the face to Ring of Honor. Certainly there's other guys that Russo would be interested in. But he's interested in Randy Orton, I guess, because Orton makes a really good heel for a while. I mean, that's pretty much all he's good for, though, is playing the heel. It's really hard to like the guy anymore. Because he's such a jerk outside the ring, and all those situations have become kind of mainstream, that the fans and the audience has really caught on to his bad attitude outside the ring, and that contributes to them never being able to cheer for him inside the ring. But, you know, 5-10 years down the road, who knows, it could change. But Randy Orton's definitely a hot commodity. He's a great talent. You know, he's pretty good on the mic, and he's really good in the ring, so I don't blame Russo for wanting him. But I doubt Randy Orton's going anywhere soon. WWE's got like a firm grasp on him, and you know, even though I don't know what the contract status is, I think it's safe to say that Orton is gonna stay in the WWE for quite some time. And I don't really think they need him all that bad in TNA. He would be a nice addition, but with everyone that they got right now, I'd say they're pretty well off. You know, they can run a good show and some good storylines in the meantime. Like, I don't think they necessarily need him right now. But, yeah, I mean, he could contribute. He's really a main eventer, though. So you would have to push someone else out of the main event picture. Like, you know, instead of having Kurt Angle in there against AJ Styles, you might want to put Randy Orton in there. Or most definitely Randy Orton. You know, or have Randy Orton face, say, Bobby Lashley. You know, all kinds of guys. Samoa Joe, the top talent of TNA. But I think that right now, Randy Orton has found his spot in the WWE, and he needs to stick there. Because it would take some time to kind of settle him into the TNA environment. All right, next question. Are they getting rid of the six-sided ring? Russo said it looks that way, and by them, or they, he means Bischoff and Hogan, because especially Hogan doesn't like the six-sided ring. I read in an online interview that he was kind of like, he was very down on it. He didn't like the way they could just bounce back and forth off the ropes. He thinks it's kind of silly. So unfortunately, it looks like the six-sided ring is going to be gone and done away with. Unfortunately, you know, that's a whole nother topic for another time. I mean, a lot of people like the six-sided ring. I particularly like the six-sided ring, but hey, it's gotta go. I guess it sucks, but what can you do? All right, next question here. And the question is, Vince, what exactly is Matt Conway's role on your creative team? Also, where did you find him at? Okay, junior member Ed and I are teaching him the ropes. Lifelong wrestling fan, young, hardworking, understands the business, and can put up with me. Matt is the future of TNA. All right, there you have it. All right, well, that'll do it for this portion of the show. Make sure you tune in to part 2.